What's up, Jackson? It's Monday. Another Monday, another Monday, another Monday. Yo, hey, I'm here. Yo, I'm here. We're going to get into this today. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot we got to talk about. We got to talk about this today. You know? Hey. Hey, how's everybody doing? How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. Everything's good on this end. You know, just like I said, we just easing along, you know. We easing along, you know. Hey, but I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a good night's sleep. You know, I hope, you know, your weekend was not, you know, too bad. You know what I'm saying? I know the weather is, you know, kind of, you know, heating up. You know, summertime's coming. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, trying to do different things, different that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff going on and everything like that. But man, listen, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just gotta stay. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta stay prayed up and keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So you know, but anyway, so hey, what's really going on around here? What is really going on around here in Jackson? You know what I'm saying? Look, shout out to the city council. I'm going to always shout out all 7 members of that city council. Shout out to the mayor. You know what I'm saying? My most shout out is to today. Dun 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 dun. Judge Wingate. Yeah, Judge Wingate. Today's shout out is for Judge Wingate. Judge Wingate for putting the smackdown on separation of powers. Yeah. He put the smackdown on them with separation of powers. Know this. Do this. So my shout out to today is Judge Wingate. Hey, Judge, if you get this, if you see this video, shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it, Jackson. Let's get it. How about that city council? Listen. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video on communication. Because, let me tell you why. Because Sakia Summers, which, you know, today is supposed to be the Jane Avenue committee today, hopefully. But I'll find out a little later on today if there will be a meeting today. But Sakia Summers, she assigned a lot of people, you know, different, you know, duties or whatever, you know, within the community, you know what I'm saying? And I, for one, you know, live in the community, and I just said, well, I'll do the, you know, the media part of it, you know what I'm saying, with this platform, you know, the 601 network, right? So, okay, cool. So, you know, so I'm doing that, whatever, and everything. But my issue is about that is this. I know this is the beginning of it, but I should be inundated with calls and emails with, you know, from some of our residents about issues that, you know, that they see, right? And I can put it out there, you know what I'm saying? We just, you know, I can do, like when I come and do this show, I can do the show, when I do the show in the morning time, I'll put out that information. You see? And they can come on to the show and we could talk about it. But I'm gonna do a video on why communication is stagnated. It's still stagnated. But it's not so much with the committee. I'm merely talking about other organizations. Case in point. I am part of the JTRAN Paratransit Committee, right? And then they've been out for a minute. They've been rocking and rolling for a minute. And Dr. Scott Crawford is the chairman of the board. So something happened at the council to where they were allegedly saying it was potentially that the mayor's going to be cutting back budgets, and they allegedly said they're going to probably cancel services on Saturdays. So, but just that being put out there in the ether, I should have got a call. I should have got a call even as a stakeholder but I never did. I had to call somebody. This is what I'm talking about communication. You know what I'm saying? And then I understood, according to what I understood, some information was put out. Somebody jumped the gun. They reported MV Transport jumped the gun. Allegedly, they jumped the gun and they called up the mayor's assistant, and they, and they were supposed to talk to Christina Welch about it. She's the director over J-Tran. Now, which if that had happened, then that's probably the reason why they didn't nobody came. Scott Crawford and others did not come to that meeting, the last meeting, right, last week. Now, but my thing is this. That should have been, I should have got a call. Communication is everything. Now, should have Scott Crawford call me? Maybe not. But somebody should have called me from that committee. And hey, look, have you heard about this, that, whatever? I'm totally blind here, y'all. I don't get out like that. You know what I'm saying? When I do get out, I get out for reasons. Not just something willy-nilly going out to have fun and doing all this old junk stuff. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I just be chilling, learning what I learn, keeping myself educated, keeping myself, trying to keep myself up, updated to a lot of different things. Right? But what I'm seeing here is something far more disturbing than what meets the eye. Now, it goes, like I said, it's a communication thing. It goes into like the city council mess. For example, the meetings, right? The city council meetings be on point. Look, I don't knock the way they conduct the meetings and everything, but that communication, let me say this. Look, if whoever is over that communications, they need to move them and put somebody else in there that knows what they're doing. Because they don't know what they're doing. And here's why. You got network television. There's what? Channel 3, Channel 12, Channel 16, Channel 40. You got MeTV. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say all the channels that's on network TV. Right? You got the public access channel still. They're rocking and rolling again. You got not Spike TV, that's on cable. But you got with the Dabble, you got CW. You got all these different networks. That's on. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done with that. Okay. But not one network there should be a network television, a network should put the city council on live. Why? Because the majority of your voters are older folks. And a lot of folks, a lot of your voters, they sit at home like myself, you know what I'm saying? But I don't watch television. You know what I'm saying? I be on YouTube, I be learning different things. But my point is other folks do. They watch, but that city council should be on live. And it should be advertised that the city council is going to be on this network TV on this particular day. Keep that a buck. You know what I'm saying? And put it in progress. Nah. See, that's a communication thing. Because last week, some lady came and she was giving out some information about a pantry over at the medical mall, this, that, whatever, and something that somebody could benefit from. But you film it on a Tuesday and it don't come out on a Thursday. That program could be over by that time. And the people who needs to benefit from it, hey, they out. They just out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, that's over with. That's it. That's all. Because they didn't get the information. They didn't get the information on time. What kind of service? What kind of public service is that? What kind of public service is that? Alright. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what I'm finna say, Jackson. Pay attention to what I'm finna drop. So, I'm looking at the city council and I'm looking at it from the beginning all the way to the end. And I'm listening to the council, this, that, whatever. So then all of a sudden, I put my ear up to the speaker because I'm like, hey, why is this thing low? You can't hardly hear them. They speakers I'm talking about, they are low. Right? When council member Tina Clay decided to get up and when she spoke, you couldn't hardly hear her. You couldn't hardly hear her. And it was crazy. And I'm like, but I said that to say this. But as I'm listening, and see me, I gotta remember one thing. I am a computer engineer. I am a computer engineer by trade. And I'm listening to this communication stuff. You got to when you're totally blind, you don't say certain things you pay attention to. Now watch this. So, but anyway, I'm listening, right? And somebody's on a computer. Whoever is doing the city council is on a computer. They on a computer. Not a laptop, maybe a laptop, but I think they're on a desktop computer. They could be on a laptop though. But either way, they're on a computer. They're on a PC. And because, let me tell you why. Because, like when you're on your computer and like when you make a mistake, that computer goes ding, Windows go ding, like, you know what I'm saying? It lets you know that you hit the wrong button. That's what I kept hearing. But my point is, it was loud. Why wasn't the city council being played loud like that? See, and I really hope that y'all listen to this video, view this video, and hear me good. You don't know what you're doing. You suck. And they need to put you somewhere else. I'm just telling you straight up. You suck. Because there's no way that council should have been dissed like that. They all was disrespected. Public access You talk about you a public access channel, and you controlling the public access, and you can't hardly hear them. How the heck the information gonna get put out? That's a total disservice to them, because they're trying to serve us. And you that is in control over their sound system or whatever the case may be, you're disrespecting them because you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I hope this video get out. Let it go viral. Because like I said, I'm really ticked off about that. I'm really ticked off about that because it could be better. I look at other municipality council meetings. They live. They live. You got an internet channel. You got a channel. You got a YouTube. There's a YouTube person. There's a YouTube channel called the A10 News Media Group. They're up in Flint, Michigan. They send them. The city sends them a link. And they in their studio. They're in their studio, and it's live, in progress. It comes on different channels, so everybody in Flint can get it. Why y'all tripping in Jackson? Here's my conspiracy thought. You're stagnating the information because you really don't want it out there. That's my conspiracy thought. And I know I could be wrong, but here's my truth. You don't know what you're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. And somebody need to speak up about that. I'll be down at that city council next month. I will be down there. Believe me, I'll be there next month. And I'm going to talk about that. Anyway. Plane landed. Alright. So now, it brings me to, I want to talk about what I told you I was going to tell you. I will do some research on it. Remember Friday? Not Friday, Saturday? When I came on Saturday, I was telling you I'm going to do some research for it. I told you on Friday and Saturday that I was going to do research on this thing. Now, let me preface this real quick. The Jackson Water, as you know, that they're trying to come up with this non-member committee, right? And Judge Wingate shut it all down. They said you can't do nothing but appoint folks because of separation of powers. And they ain't released it to y'all yet. But now, I did some further reading and research in this thing, and according to what I was reading, now I could be wrong, I don't know, but according to what I was reading, they said those assets are supposed to be turned over to the city of Jackson. Counsel. Those assets are supposed to be released over to the city of Jackson. Now, if that's true, allegedly, if that's true, then that means that they can write bonds on that bread. They can write bonds on that bread, and they can get and they can balance these books. Come on now, let's talk about it. But you see, the thing about it is, if you got a non-member committee under the separation of powers doctrine, that's not going to happen because it's going to go to that committee. Allegedly. The finances is going to go to the committee. You draw it up. Alright. Now. Now where's that going to leave the city? Why is that going to leave the city council? Come on, man. Now, it brings me to the airport. Think about this for a minute, Jackson. Look, here's the research. The airport, and back in 2018, and I'm not mistaken, I think that's when Tony Yarborough was mayor. I think so, I'm not for sure. When he was mayor, but I know this, when he was mayor, the Jackson Airport had a $2 million surplus. I remember hearing that they had a $2 million surplus. Now, all of a sudden now, the state comes in and they say, well, for whatever reasons or whatever it is that they want to come in, they want to make up a committee. Reagan County was in it. Madison County was in it. And the city alleges that it was racially motivated. Could have been, allegedly. Now, so they're suing the state. The city is. They're suing the state. Because the city's committee is the Jackson Municipal, it's like the Jackson Municipal Airport Authority. And this new committee that you're trying to implement is going to be called the Jackson Metro, right? I think it's called Jackson Metro. Airport something? I know it's like with 3 A's. I know it's JMAAA, right? That's the acronym for this new committee, right? I don't believe in coincidences. Why in the world the state is involved in Jackson's business? I'm going to say this once. I'm going to say it twice. If there was no monies involved in this, right? Let's talk about the water for a minute. If there was no monies involved with this, because it all ties in with that airport too. And I'm saying this. If there was no monies involved in this, would the state be involved in trying to make up these committees? Come on now. Don't be naive. Don't say this is Raphael Byrd's conspiracy theory. Let's look at the facts here. Here's the facts with the water. We know what happened with the water, as you know. Former Mayor Chuck Antal Lumumba was mayor. He was with this garbage stuff. The water got neglected. In which the water probably had been neglected before he became mayor. Who knows? It probably was. But it was further, the can was further kicked down the road when he became mayor. Because he decided that he wanted to bring this garbage debacle, right? And create all types of controversy with that mess. Okay, cool. So when it all happened, they said, well, the state said they didn't want to deal with it. So what did they do? They got the government involved. And here this man came from, just retired. This man just came down from Virginia. That's got to be frustrating. Which I can't say it's frustrating because he said he volunteered and wanted to come out and help out. But, for what they paying him, hell, why not? Shout out to 1050. But my thing is that the state didn't want to get involved. Ted Hennepin came in, brought in these pumps and got these pumps in, and they granted this man an $800 million uh, you're in him $8 million to for this infrastructure, this, that, whatever the case may be. He got it locked up in the bank, this, that, whatever the case may be. Boom, boom, boom. And he been chilling. And they just been moving with the city, moving with the water, this, that, whatever. But in the meantime, state ain't said nothing. When he got in here, state ain't said a word. They skin and grin. Man kept on doing what he was doing. Said it, state ain't said nothing. They skinned and grin. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this committee thing come up. Well, Jackson Water needs to do something different. Need to check. It's time for, it's time for a change with the Jackson Water. Jackson Water Department now. Ted Hennepin is just the interim and just what I'm saying. So we want to put somebody up in there. Boom, 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 boom. Now they want to come up with this 9-member thing. You don't think that was already in the make? That was planned when that $800 million was given to Mr. Hennepin? Please. Man, folks plan before implementation. Plans is made in politics or any type of business before they implement anything. They don't willy-nilly this. They have to methodically think this through. Them folks are smart. They ain't stupid. It was already in a plan. They was waiting for the bread. That man came down here and did all that work. Now they want to come up with a 9-member board to take his over. Man, shout out to him again. To the judge. For making that distinction between separation of powers. I say it with passion because I want you to open up your eyes. I'm the blind one here. I'm the one that ain't got no eyesight. You need to open up your mind. That's the worst blindness. See, your eyes are shut. You residents, your eyes are shut. You ain't seeing what's going on here. The state is trying to take over this. And they're trying to slide slick it. But your eyes are shut. Y'all not seeing it. I'm just putting it out there. Hey, look. My plane landed. Plane landed on this. Hey, look. Shout out to the Orchid Bed and Breakfast. Let me send out my shout outs to this Orchid Bed and Breakfast. Go down there and see the Thompson family. And, make y'all reservations and everything. And set up y'all events. If y'all want to have some good events. Hey, look here. Go down there and talk to the Thompson family. You know what I'm saying? And get them folks some business. If you're over in Jackson State area, go down there and see Stamp family, and go down there and get you a super burger or a medium-sized burger or whatever size burger that they have. If you can't handle that big burger, they got a small one that you can handle. Yeah, but go out down there to Stamps, you know what I'm saying, and then give them a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, But that's it for me. Yo, you're listening to the baddest talk show in Jacktown. The baddest morning talk show in Jacktown. Yo, this is the 601 Network. Real Jackson News. I'm your host, Raphael Bird. Yo, we will see you guys tomorrow. I hope y'all have a blessed one. Y'all stay up. Stay aware. And most of all, stay encouraged.